Alright, so do you want to tell us a little bit about last night?
Well, all day during our hike, you'd been telling me about how these woods in this area is used as a training grounds for the Army Rangers, or the Rangers, I guess. And I wasn't very much believing you. I thought you were trying to pull my chain. But when we went to bed last night, we began to hear machine gun fire off in the woods as though we were in a war zone. Thankfully, it was fairly distant, but you could hear it often. When I went out to pee from the tent, I was standing there peeing and thought I heard like a lever cock, and I just like looked off in the woods like somebody's got me on night vision right now. I can tell. Did not expect that on my first night on the AT.
Yeah.
Hey, Chevy girl. Hey, how are you? Are you ready today? Yes, you're so ready.
Sunshine left the second morning to return home to her job, and I continued my hike keeping company with two other backpackers we'd met the first night on the trail, Stephen from Gulfport, Mississippi, and Erin and her dog Chevy from Manitoba, Canada. Both Stephen and Erin were experiencing hardships common to first-time backpackers, packs that were too heavy, and bodies that were ill-prepared to the rigors of this lifestyle. Our third day on the trail, we hiked through thick fog and dripping woods all day. We had to cover 13.5 miles, and our first major climb up Blood Mountain was waiting at the end.
What the hell is going on?
It's just at the top of that rock. You hurting?
I'm so mad. I hate this mountain.
It's not your friend.
Okay, Chevy. Let's go.
As darkness fell, the temperature dropped rapidly. The fog turned to freezing rain and snow while we hunkered down for a cold night in the shelter.
I've been planning to do this hike for 2 years now, but I don't think you can be prepared enough. My first couple nights sucked. My pack is way too heavy, and I think we only did 3 or 4 miles the first couple days. Got caught in the rain, everything got soaking wet, and I've ended up dumping a lot of my stuff into the garbage can, so don't bring things you don't need.
Can you give me a picture of how much dog food you were carrying?
I was carrying 40 pounds of dog food. So that wasn't gonna work.
And Stephen, how's the experience lived up to your expectations or your vision of how it would be?
Well, I came for a wilderness sojourn a la John Muir, and I got the Donner Party.
Describe for me the scene last night in the shelter.
Sandwiched around the dog.
Yeah, Chevy was in my sleeping bag.
So you're 30 miles into what could be a through hike, what you intend to be a through hike. Do you think you'll make it at this point?
I think I'll make it. It's like yesterday. Just do it. I'm thinking no matter how bad it gets, I'll just keep putting one foot in front of the other, and as long as I'm putting one foot in front of the other, no matter how slow that is, I'm making progress. To Katahdin.
Even as progress came slowly in those early days, there were still constant blessings along the way, such as an ice storm the morning we woke up on Blood Mountain and a sea of clouds rolling below us. Stephen and Erin stopped that morning at Neal's Gap to stay in the hostel and see how much weight they could drop from their packs. I continued on, hoping I would see them down the trail. As I walked north, I sometimes passed the signs of a culture that is overburdened. that will take any opportunity to slough off things not essential to life on the trail. All right, made it to the top of Tray Mountain. It was a long climb up, second climb of the day, and I'm glad to be at the top. Sun peeked out just as I reached the peak, so that was nice. It warmed me up a bit. But I've got a long afternoon ahead of me, a long descent and then 6 or 7 miles of ridgeline, but that'll feel nice compared to what I've been through this morning. I think the hard part is behind me. But then again, I always regret it when I say that. Words you live to regret. I'm living to regret my words. This is the worst climb of the day, and it comes at the end. I have to be in the last mile, but I'm so worn out. But at least I picked up a companion to keep me company today. I'm calling him Gus for now. I met him up on the ridge when it started snowing. He's been hanging with me ever since. What do you think, Gus? Are we almost there? What do you think? Maybe? I hope so. I'm just done. I'm so tired. But you look fine, so lead the way. Go ahead, Gus. Go ahead. At the end of one of the most exhausting days of my life, I'm at the shelter, and someone has left trail magic on the shelter post. Not just Valentine's candy, but it looks like something for Gus too. God bless whoever did this. That was needed. Oh, what do you think, Gus? What do you think? Let's go. Let's get warm.
I'm Winton Porter. We're at Mountain Crossings at Wallace-Yee. We're 30.7 miles from the beginning of the trail at Neal's Gap on the Appalachian Trail. This is the only place where the Appalachian Trail actually goes through a man-made structure or a roof structure. It goes through the breezeway right behind me. We see about 1,500 to 2,000 people a year on their way to Maine. We go through 500 or 600 packs, and we ship back about 9,000 pounds a year each year. The pack shakedown is probably one of the strategic things that we do here, helping people understand what they're doing and some of the decisions that they make. Primarily keeping them safe is one of our main goals, and in helping them with some of the indecisions that they did make.
What are some of the crazier things that you've seen people carrying?
Depends on who I'm working with. If I'm working with an engineer, they're bringing laptops and they know where they're going to eat every day for lunch and dinner. I've had people carrying spurs and latigos. I don't understand that. Go figure. The guy had 150 M180 firecrackers that he was going to blow cat holes and scare bear off. Until you get here, the true story is, if I had a shop at the beginning of the trail, you wouldn't listen to me. But if I make you walk 30 or 40 miles in ice, snow, rain, with all that indecision that you put on your back, your ears are wide open, brother, and you're willing to listen to me. So the best advice and the best thing I can do is experience it on your own. Make your decisions, make them wrong, it doesn't matter. But when you get here, open up your mind and let somebody help you out. That's the best place that you can go, is on the trail, put it on your back, and walk in the rain all day long for 3 or 4 days.
You'll learn. We all learn.